family, friends, fellow gamers, educators, and students. Welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. I am Grumpy Gnome. Let's get some grump on in Banished. I am not afraid to tell you I failed. That challenge that we had with the mini, tiny, small, it was never meant to materialize because I'll go ahead and show you right now. We went ahead and took a look at what all was involved with the small setting, and check this out. This is about how confusing it was. And what made me really come to the conclusion of scrapping it, other than everything was out of scale, if you come over here, we've got all kinds of different trading posts going on here. It's just, this was such a wonky build that I could not get into this. Furthermore, small windmill needs lumber. I don't have lumber. Small quarry needs lumber. I don't have lumber. Small tavern needs lumber. I don't have lumber. The only way I'm going to get lumber is to build a saw pit, which does not have the word small in it. So basically, you as the viewer would get to sit here and just watch and wait as each trader came in to bring lumber, if they even do. So that wouldn't be fun. So I'm scrapping this build, but, and here's another thing, small dock storage. I'm not even going to use the dock menu in this build. So to free myself from this misery, we're going to get out of here, but fear not, because I saved the start, and we're just going to have a nice, peaceful, small map build with a nice, what do you want to say, aesthetic to, it'll be a nice aesthetic to the minimalist lifestyle. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's see, what do I want to do? The first thing I want to do is, you know what, I think we're playing ping pong or something here. I'm going to shout out again to Derpy Moose. Derpy Moose 99, because Derpy, you put in such a good word for me that your viewer, Grace 1957, has subscribed to my channel. So Grace, if you're out there, thank you so much for coming on board. I really hope I can put out as entertaining of videos as Derpy does. Well, at least I can show you something different. Also, Tonya has come back, so that's cool. And that's going to lead us into our next topic. We need a tiny shack because our people need to live somewhere, and we need stonage. So let's get some stonage action going. I think first thing we're going to do is pull the stone out of the node, which seems to be the thing that everybody likes to do. Another thing I'm going to try to do right off the bat is I don't want to deal with rough tools. So I am going to get my mine out here built, and I am going to go straight into one builder or two. Oh, I could have up to 3. Good. 2 builders. We're going to knock this out real quick. I am going to go straight into iron tools. And my race is to get it before I get my little out of tool icon going up there. So here we got Simmer and Annabelle, 15 years and 13 years. And they are going to start a new life. They are our founders. Close that. Now, they're going to be good for their first child, but right after their first child comes along, I'm probably going to want to upgrade their house to their tiny shack to a tiny house. And we will do that. Okay, now I'm building a gatherer just because you know the way I start. Once the housing is done, because procreation is always my first goal. For a lot of people, it's food. Food for me is secondary. Also, you guys know the way I roll. I'm going to take my 5,000 limit and I'm going to put it up to 1 mil. And right away, I am going to pull one of my people. And now their job for the rest of the game is to provide food. Now, another thing I'm going to build with that is the hunter, because I switch my seasons. I gather in the green, I hunt in the snow. So I'm going to let them build that. And I'm also going to go ahead and get their storage done already in that area. And we're out of logs, which is not a bad thing, because we can simply gather some more logs. And you guys are going to yell at me for this one, but I'm actually going to gather my logs right from my node. And that's because that's going to reduce the travel time it's going to take to get the materials to build this stuff. Life is good. Yeah, let's get this up here. Oh, hey, did I give acknowledgement to everybody that I wanted to? Hunter, you're going to come around in the winter. Storage is the next thing to get built. I think I did. I know this looks a little wonky out here, but what I did was I actually ran my road between my tiny quarry and my tiny mine, and it came up right on here. But I saw that I still had some real estate back here. So one thing I wanted to try to do was move it over a little bit further. So I just mirrored it over here. And with that done, I do not need those anymore, because I'm going to try to hug this crescent over here. So we're a little bit more over, and then that's going to give us a little bit more build room in here as well. Well, let's see. I think, do we want to finish building this out? Or do we want to start on the second house already? I'll tell you what, why don't we finish this, come down, and start working our way across after we build our mine. Because the reason I want the mine is because I want to go straight into the iron tools. So we are going to mine it, and then we're going to go straight into a blacksmith. So those are the next priorities that we need. With that said, let's go ahead and do the mine first. And I've got one builder who will build, but he needs logs. So let's go ahead and switch him over to a laborer to make sure that he's actually collecting logs. And where do we want to pull them from? I think I'm going to pull them from this. Oops, too high. Close enough for the government. I think I'm going to pull this area right here of logs. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to start seeing some of the stuff that I'm actually building. And in a real desperate situation, I know you guys are probably looking at me like, you only got 2 people. You're not even desperate? No, I'm not desperate. 2's good. Heck, I was going to build a school with 4 and already put a teacher in. But for my school, actually, let's go ahead and drop in our first stockpile already, because I do have intentions of dropping a stockpile in out here. The only problem is the stockpile I want to put in is going to be where's my green? There's the green. The stockpile I want to put in is a stone one. But we're going to go ahead and put this one in only because that way, number one, we're going to get the resources out of this. And number two, they can use the material right here to build the mine. So it's kind of a double kill type thing. And hopefully they'll get on that. We've got the stone to build it. It's just we need the logs. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cancel the pulling that from there because I really want the concentration over here. Yolani is already born. So what this is telling me is we need to get this second shack built and upgraded before Simmer and Annabelle have another child. So now we got this little thing going back and forth where do we do the mine or do we do the building over here? And you know what we're going to do? I'm going to pull, let's close that professions window. Let's put the bigger one up there. Whoops, where am I going to find it? How about right there? I'm going to put this one up there. And I think we're going to grab our second or our gatherer just to expedite some of the things that we need to get done. So the reserve of logs is low. You know what? We know that. And because we want to keep our concentration, oops, let's go straight for logs over here. Let's go ahead and just do this. Boom. If we had a hunter, we'd probably be considering the switch right now. But as I said, I want to get this mine done. Once the mine is done, I'm actually going to build their house next. And the reason I'm building the house next is because I want them to continue to procreate. Yolani needs a brother. And I'm not going to get into the statistics on that one. But use your imagination. And that's going to help grow our little town of Little Pangaea. Yeah, so this is actually going to be a minimalist build. I'm using small map, I'm using small buildings, and I'm only using the resources I need to get me by. I do not want to have a resource list that scrolls for pages and pages and pages. I want to have just the basics and work with that. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go ahead and limit these out. Since I still have 5 iron tools, I am not desperate for tools right now. And I'm going to drop this down to 1 because I'm probably only ever going to have 1 person in the mine. So I'm going to come back and you know what? No, I like to micromanage. We're going to get that second shack built. That's going to be the next thing because I want them to continue to procreate. And this might actually take them a little bit of time. Looks like they're clearing that stockpile that we built out there, which isn't bad. I mean, they'll fill it. It's all good. I'm glad to see that they've already jumped on this. We need logs again. And you know what we're going to do this time? We're going to pull the logs right from this area. Let's do that. Because that way it keeps our people right here in this area. And once they get the house built, though the next step is upgrade. And then once they upgrade, where are you guys running off to? There's nothing out there for you. unless that's where the logs are. You know what? We never canceled that. Tiny shack. Hey, we got our stuff. Let's get some builders in there, get it done. Then as soon as that window pops open, we're going to hit that upgrade button just like that. And hopefully they'll get it perfect. Sometimes they move in right away. And when they move in right away, they bring supplies with them. And then you have to wait for them to get all of that stuff out. But now they got the resources. They're going to start loading it up again. We can actually watch the build on the tiny house now. So we went from a tiny shack to a tiny house. Tiny shack houses 3. The tiny house is going to house 4. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slate this one for upgrade. And they're going to move in to the house where they have room for one more. And this is how we do it. And if I don't want them to split their family, one thing I can do here is once they start building, I can put a pause on this. Well, little late. Wow, I could pause it right there. You know what, though? It's going to have some overrun. That's probably going to finish it. Boom, there it is. It doesn't matter. We'll keep them together. Another thing is I turn smoke back on so we can actually see which houses are being occupied and which ones aren't. If they were both smoking, that would mean somebody moved in over here. So let's go ahead and close that out. They finished that stockpile. Blacksmith is the next thing we want to build because we don't want to run out of tools. And I think one person can handle it from here. So I am just about ready to go ahead and put our gatherer back into the gathering hut so they can continue their food duty. Oops. Need to do this. Okay. And then we need a gatherer. Gather till it snows. Once it snows, we'll put the hunter in. And you're going to get built right now. Perfect. Yeah, this build that we've got going right now, this is smooth sailing. Nothing's going to go wrong. We're already at iron tools. If I was real greedy, I would go ahead and build the other mine to get coal. But I'm happy with iron tools. That's what they started with when they came here. So they can build that. Okay, now I'm going to take this person. I'm going to take him out of builder mode. And I'm actually going to stick him or her into the mine to start getting some iron, which is going to show up right here. And the iron will then make our tools. So you can see it's slated for iron. In these tiny mines right here, they make iron and coal. So you can go straight into your hardened tools, which is the carbon steel. Carbon steel is the normal, is my standard. That's my default tool. Check it out. We got us another child. And the gap on them should not be all that great. Let's see what the age difference is. And you can see that they're all still in here. So 5 years apart, that is not bad. That is not bad at all. So once Yolani reaches the age of 10, she's going to move out. And she'll move into this house. And then when her brother, Dustine, gets the age of 10, He will move in with Yolani, and then they will start their own family. Use your imagination. Anyway, I do not need these right here because these are actually for my node up here, which we're not going to get to anytime soon. So let's go ahead and shut them down. And let's concentrate on our build. Am I in hunter mode right now? No, I'm in late autumn, so I should be getting ready to go to hunter mode. Yeah. Once the snow hits the ground, I'm going to go to hunter mode because I don't think I've got any venison yet. Where's my town hall? Oh, we haven't built it yet. Nuts on a biscuit. Okay, let's prioritize Forester, that, but I think the first thing I'm going to want is my town hall built. Mini hospital. What are you? You're a woodcutter. You're my town hall. You go right there. Right there. Still don't have any coal yet. Or, I'm sorry, iron. But you know what? It's going to show up. When that number switches, then I'm going to put my blacksmith in. One more tool. Oh my gosh, we are in a race. I do have somebody in the mine. We do not have iron yet. And we don't want to run out of tools. Let me go ahead and get my hunter switched over. Gatherer to a hunter. There we go. We got 4 iron. And that's what I've been waiting for. So I'm going to pull my miner. And we don't need the miner anymore. Boom. And we're going to stick that miner into the blacksmith. Make it happen. Now the only problem is the distance that they have to cover. But they'll get it done. It's the race against the evil no tools. And look at that. They've already got both of their ingredients. Come on, give me. Oh, they've already built one. Score. That's my cushion. Or was it always there? I don't know if we went to 0 or not. But now we're at 9. So we have beat the clock. Okay, we're out of material, which is good. You have done your job. Mine, you have done your job. Let's finish building some things here. Why don't we knock out these 3? Because that's going to be easy. I'm going to put you straight into builder mode. How are we doing resources? We could use some resources. Actually, there's our town hall. What do you know about that? Let's see what we got going on here. Inventory. Apples, we ate them all. Blueberries grow naturally in this climate. So I'm never going to run out of blueberries unless I consume them in something, which you'll see. Flax comes natural, which is going to make my linen cloth. What else comes natural? See, we're never going to see rough tools. Well, never say never, but we're never going to see rough tools in this menu because I want to keep this small. Mushrooms come natural. Oats come natural. Oats are going to get us our domesticated animals. And onions come natural here, so does roots. The roots are going to be used for root beer, which is going to be created with the Pilgrim's Rest. This one's going to make our root beer. However, the first tavern we're going to put down is the White Swan. And that tavern is located right there. And that is going to use the berries. So let's get on with it. Let's minimize that and get them running. So let's open up these 2 so that they can build them. And then our node is complete. Oh, we should actually have venison in stock now. No, we don't. No protein yet. It'll come. See them? They're all dancing up here. Logs is low. Okay, we can deal with that. So do I not have logs? I do have logs. I've got enough to build the forester, if that's what he's building. And then in the meantime, let's slate some more. I'm still good with stone, so I'm not going to really get into that right now. Let's get some more. Wow, I don't have a lot of trees there, do I? Harvest a few of those. Maybe a few more. I wanted to drop another stockpile over here. And I just haven't figured out how I want to do that yet. Because I got this wide open gap, and it's like there's a stockpile here and there's a stockpile here, but there's nothing in the middle. So I'm almost thinking above my market, putting a little 4x4 stockpile. And that way I can kind of, we'll kind of gauge the stockpiles in the middle too. And actually, a market should technically have a stockpile with it. So there's road, and then there's stockpile. And this is going to be a 4x4. That's good. Oh, is that my market? No, I built it behind the white swan. I didn't want to do that. Say it with me. Nuts on a biscuit. This is market. Okay, we can do that. So let's go back to stockpile action. You are where I wanted to go. Right there. Is that 4? 4x4? Close enough for the government. Make it happen. All right. What else is going on? We got this built. We were going to come down and go this direction. So that means let's get these two things. Oh, those are done. Raise their limits. And I'm going to hit pause for a second because I need to make sure my hunter-gatherer is in the right mode. And 9999999. There we go. Health, we're still good. Don't need an herbalist, even though, you know what? We have no herbs. I very rarely... Oh, there we got 3. They came in. Okay, you go away. Don't need you right now. Let's, hospital. Wood. We don't have a woodcutter? Are you serious? How can we not have a woodcutter? And we are out of wood. Are we in the right hunter-gatherer mode? Nope. Hunter, come out. Gatherer, go in. And Yolani has become an adult, and now you see both houses down here smoking. That means that Yolani has moved into her residence. Here we have Yolani and Annabelle. So we got mother-daughter, and over here we've got father-son, which I don't know. I guess we could force them together if we wanted to. And then this way it'll leave Yolani by herself if we chose to do it that way. So we can do this. We can do the remove on that. They're back together again. Now we do the reclaim right here. And Yolani is by herself. Anyway, that may have been necessary, may not have been necessary. Woodcutter. You know what? Do I have a laborer? Yes, I do. Give me some wood. Actually, give me some firewood. Let's be more specific here. You got your logs. I'm going to go ahead and take in our builder here, and I'm going to throw that builder up into the, you know what? I was going to say forester, but I still want to start clearing some of this stuff out. And another thing I want to start doing is laying some roads. And I'm still using that trick that Derpy had, where you go straight for the stone. I'm going to do that little area there. And then I'm going to do, I think this is my street right here. Yep. We're going to come around right to there and do that street. Perfect. Perfect. Oh my gosh, we got a couple logs, we got some firewood, we got food. We don't have iron, but that's not necessary right now. Holy nuts. We got 7 tools. We're still clothed. We haven't become a nudist colony yet, so that's good. And now we got the snow. So, and because we have no venison, I'm going to switch them over right now, because this season I want to get some venison into our locker. And there they go. They saw the hunter coming. Let us out of here. There goes Bambi. Anyway, 118 for that. You know what? That's all the wood that we need. So let's go ahead and pull you out of there. You're going to labor now, so probably clear some. You know what? I'm going to put you in builder mode. Oh, we got 2. Yolani. Okay, we'll take 2. And actually, they're probably going to knock out this road. Yeah, there they go. Knocking out the road. Look at them go. Perfect. We don't need the trader yet, even though I am not opposed to building it, just to see the stuff that comes in. For our agriculture, I'm going to stick with 3 basics. Food groups. I'm going to do grains. I'm going to do what I call the salad bar, which are your most common salad bar items: lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, and maybe something else. And then I'm going to do citrus, which is more likely than not going to be berries. Let me pause this for a second, because I'm going to do something here. I'm going to do a shout out for Kendi64, because I know you like your forest nodes. Let's go to crazy thing here. Go to this one. Since we already had apples in our inventory, I would do the apple forester. And I have been toying. I don't like these because they're big. Actually, they're smaller than the... No, that's about the regular forester size. And actually, do you have the variations? Yes, you do. That is the forester. Two locations where we can possibly drop these. The first one would be up here in this corner, if we were to do it. The second location would probably be in this round area right here, and kind of squeeze it in. Of course, we're going to lose some real estate, but I'm not opposed. And you know what? It's the sooner we fill up this map, the sooner we move on to something else. I'm not opposed to this, because if you look at the arch, it's almost perfect. I like to say it was meant to go there. So once we build our road up, we'll try to line this up with the road and see where it leaves us. So yeah, we'll do the apple forester in this one, and then figure out what we're going to do for gatherers. Hey, let's get them moving, as long as we still got time on the clock. I think we still have time. We still got 10 minutes. Cool. All right. Here we go. So families are doing good over here, or I should say they're doing well. We don't need that. Hospital, I don't need the hospital, but it's not going to kill us to build it. Oh, I guess there's a little bit of pun into that. Small town market, I'd like to get that built, because that is going to start our center, the beginning of our center build. And they're working on that. They're still in builder mode, so they're going to jump right into buildering. Okay, they got that. The mini hospital, we don't need that right now. And how are we doing? We need logs and stone. Perfect. Well, why don't we do another resource run, and this time we're going to pull all resources. Like that. So that's going to get us all types of resources. And I think the next thing I wanted to do was to get into my luxuries. And my luxuries are going to be the white swan, so we can start using some of those blueberries. And then another luxury, I'm going to pause because I don't want this road to go in, but I'll show you where I'm going to build it. I'm going to take, you know what, I'm probably going to drop it right here. I wanted to put it up here further, but we may go across with another 4x4. Another thing I'm contemplating is, do we want to drop a church in over here? We really won't need the church if we get the wells put in. So I'm not sweating that, but I want to start getting my domesticated animals, because if you guys follow any of my other episodes, you guys know that my commodity for, oh my gosh, I put that stockpile in the wrong place. Nuts on a biscuit. Okay. And you know, they can run through the market, but that's what I want there. So, and what are we working on now? I think we're working on collecting. Okay, they're going to get that. Yeah, let them build it. This stockpile here, I actually need to move it up one, because when I was looking for my road, I actually walked into this little opening right here, which is a oops. That wasn't meant to happen. Stone. We're going to need some stone. And I know that we're gathering it right here. But you know what? We're gathering it a little too slowly. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cancel removal. We're going to do a focus on stone. And yeah, let's just pull that, because I don't want to overdo it. Otherwise, that's all they're going to do is bust rock. 24 there, 20 there. Okay, hunter-gatherer, how we doing? I see green. Yep, hunter comes out, gatherer goes in. Do we have venison now? There she is, almost 1,000. Dang. Okay, we still have clothing. That's good. We're not running around naked. Yet. I spoke Russian. Okay, here we go. Put that up there. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave it open. What the heck? There we go. Stable. I'm going to put the stable down here. And what are you? You're the town market that they're building. Let's get you down here. I'll probably move these two down also. What am I going to build first? They both take 80. Probably do the white swan first. And we'll put that there. There we go. There's our build order from the top. So here we go. Anyway, what else is going on? Come on, stone. We could go ahead and open a tiny quarry, but we still have enough stone that's relatively close to where we are that we don't need to get into that yet. And let me just make sure that we're getting all the stone that we need. Because for some reason, it's not going in fast enough. Okay, let's take a look at our families. One quick way to do it is to go to your overview. And whenever you see that your adults is at an odd number, that means that chances are somebody needs to move out. But because this is 4, we know that we've got 2 adults here and we have 2 adults here. So that means the other 3. Oh, I'm sorry. There's 5 total. The other 1 is a child. Still haven't figured out how I want to do my education yet. We need more kids. So they're just about ready to have another one. And they need to get busy. They're still probably trying to get over the whole brother-sister thing. Okay, small market is built. I'm going to drop that down to 1 so I don't put too many people in. Do that. And now we can do... Well, I'm not going to open these yet. There's that Russian again. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because I want to get some stone. Oh, we got stone into inventory, but we want more than that. And the reason I'm going to put more stone into inventory is because if they have to go back and forth, they're only going to bring like 1 or 2 pieces at a time. And it's just too much running around. I would much rather have them mass produce, and then they can bring stuff over in chunks. 50 is enough to build both of these. So let's get them going. This is going to be our White Swan. This is our tavern. And that's actually going to be utilizing the blueberries that we have. Pull our gatherer, stick in the hunter. Boom. Now we're hunting again. Do I have a forester? I do not have a forester. I think I'm going to go ahead and put one of our laborers in as a forester, just so we have a steady flow of logs coming in. We're still 5 and 5, so that's good. Boom, White Swan. Now I'm going to, you know what? As long as I've got 2, let's build this. 18, they need a little bit of wood, and by the time they need that wood, the forester should have provided them with something. Let's see if they get what they need. 21. They're getting the stone because they don't have the wood. 24. Come on, forester. Get them a log. There it is. And now it's being built. Oh my gosh, this is the perfect build. There's our next child already. So that's going well. Is anybody close to moving out? 5 years, 1 year? Nope. But we do want to get that third thing built before they move out. Pause it for a second. Here we go. Let's go up and see who's available. 2. Oh my gosh, that's a good number. Let's put 1 into the White Swan. And we're going to go ahead. We ate all of our apples. I think we looked at that already. No, we didn't. Let's go to inventory. Boom. Apples have all been eaten, but blueberries come natural. So we're going to go ahead and drop 1 person in there, switch this down to berries, and voila, we're in the cider production. Down here, the domesticated animal is using oats, and oats also comes natural here. So it takes 200 oats to make 1 domesticated animal. We have 317. Cha-ching. That's going to get us a domesticated animal. And of course, I'm always going to keep that maxed out. And I'm going to keep this maxed out. Now, let's get some product in stock. Oh my gosh, that is a single road gap and not a double. I hope. Stone road. Single road, yes, perfect. All right, we'll go to there. And then we'll zoom in a little bit to see where we need to put the There's our 45. Perfect. And let's see how we're doing here. Blueberries. Have we even started gathering any yet? It doesn't look like. Oh my gosh, are we in pause? What a boob I am. So anyway, we're going to start gathering blueberries. You could already see the number going down. They're there. Oats are already being taken to the stable. We're going to have cider and animals coming in. Perfect. And, oh my gosh, we have just become a nudist colony. So what that means is we need to open up a tailor. That's going to be our next build. So what I do here is I micromanage these two. Once I see that the numbers are out or they reduce it to 0, what I do then is I pull the people out of there, because the oats there, see how oats just went to 0? I'll go ahead now and they got the we're out of material sign. I'll pull him out of there. Same thing with the white swan. Once our blueberries go to 0, we're out of material. I'll pull them. And now we're going to build that. 2 builders on that. We're going to have us a tailor. Once the tailor is done, we're going to nominate a clothing to make. And I think hide coat. We do have the leather because we got the venison. I just want to see if hide is what we want. Hide coat. Yeah. And then what we're going to do after hide, once we get our animal pens built from our domesticated animals, then we're going to get into the wool business. And once we get wool, it's going to be wool coats and it's going to be warm coats. I normally run 3 tailors next to each other. And the 3rd tailor will be doing the survival coats. But I haven't yet figured out. I may add survival coats to this group out here, because I also have another blacksmith out here, because eventually, see, there's my 2nd blacksmith, and then we've got tailor, tailor, tailor. So more likely than not, this person here in the middle is going to be our survival coat person. And then everybody else is just going to be on wool. So let's get that limit out of there. 9999999. And I'm going to go ahead and knock these guys back to laborers, put one of them up here, and our nudist colony is now going to be clothed. Okay. Shall we continue moving? That's a 2nd, what do you call it? It is a 2nd tailor, which I don't need. But what I think I'm going to go ahead and start is the next tiny shack, because I want our families to have a place ready to move into. Was that enough stone, or do I need another one? I think I need more stone. All right, here's that. There's our stone thing. Let's go ahead and gather this stone. And we got a little bit of stone over there. Are you sitting on something? You are. A tiny shack. You know, I'm going to build that only because we'll get the stone that's under it. And we're out of tools. I didn't even see that coming. Holy nuts. Crisis mode now. But it's all good. Clothing, we got clothing. So guess what? Taylor, get out of there. And you're going to the mines. Get us some iron, so we can make iron tools. As a matter of fact, who else is building? Forester. We can pull you. And I can't put you into the mines, can I? Because I only got it set for one person. Boom. That is how desperate we are for that. And we got one more builder, which I'm going to pull the builder, and I'm going to throw you into the blacksmith. So as soon as those tools come in, or that iron comes in, you can start blacksmithing. If that is a term or not, I don't know. Clothing, we're done with you. Tiny shack, we're going to get you built. Hang in there. Oh, wow, why do I have 2 tiny shack windows open? Pause. I don't want that one. This is good. This one we don't need right now. Okay, 2 people are toolless. Am I freaking out? No. Because the iron will come in. Oh, how are we doing hunter-gatherer wise? Hunter, pull you. Gatherer, stick you in. Still 5 and 5. This is good. We still have 4 adults, 2 and 2. I do want to have this built before the next child reaches adult stage. Three people are now toolless, but that's all right. I am not sweating it. Because any moment, this is going to turn into, well, this will turn into tools. And then once that turns into tools, everybody's going to be happy. And then production goes up again. Oop, there's the snow. Yeah, it would have really benefited us if we had the road built out to this place. And of course, the 2 miners are whacking stone with their bare hands, trying to pull the iron out. Well, there's some iron right there. All they got to do is deliver it. And let's pull the gatherer, stick the hunter in. I hear the blacksmith working. That's a good sound, because that means we're getting tools. I don't know where the blacksmith went. Oh, probably to go get some iron. You know what? It might not be a bad idea to keep a miner in full time. Everybody has tools. We're going to let that number go up a little bit higher. God, look at the speed difference between the stone road and... I'm going to pull 1 miner only because I want to finish building the shack. And it looks like I might need some more stone. Am I already slated to collect the stone? Or is it because it's on top of something? That'll get me a little stone. Oh my gosh, we got to get this person moved out. Come on, people. And now comes the race, because I need, as soon as this thing gets built, I need to stop it. Otherwise, they're going to move in. And then we need to hit the upgrade button. Otherwise, they're going to start putting stuff into the house. What we want to see is, there we go, demolished. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And we've got our first nomads. There should only be 2 of them. So we can actually come over here, click on nomads, and there's 2. And What do we do? I'll tell you what. Why don't you tell me in the next episode? So with that said, let's call this it here. I'm Grumpy Gnome. We got our grump on. Hey, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you do subscribe, or if you already have, please tell 10 people. Better yet, tell 20 people. If you don't know 20 people, tell 10 people twice, or tell 4 people 5 times. I'm out of here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll see you in Waterworld. Take care.